Hi everyone. Today we're looking at Module 1, and this is lesson 3 of our exponential expressions unit. And this lesson talks about numbers in exponential form raised to a power. Now our objectives for today are that students will know how to take powers of powers. That means we're going to have a base with a power, and then we're going to take another power of that whole component. And students will know that when a product is raised to a power, each factor of the product is raised to that power. Our second objective says students will write simplified expressions using the knowledge of powers. And this is really what we've been working on for the past week or so, where we take an exponential expression and simplify it using what we know about powers. So the first example I want to look at is a power of a power. And it says 3 to the 4th power raised to the 5th power. So the first thing I do is my 3 to the 4th, and then I focus on that component 5 times. So I have one set of parentheses, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And to simplify, I look at that base 3 and I count how many times am I going to do the product of 3. And what I end up with is 20 times. I'm going to do that again, 7 to the power of 6, quantity squared. So I group my 7s into groups of 6, and then I copy that twice, and I get 12 7s, or 7 to the 12th power. So moving on, we're looking at Module 1, Lesson 4. And these are numbers raised to the 0 power. And in this case, our objectives say students know that a number raised to the 0th power is equal to 1. Our second objective says students recognize the need for the definition to preserve the properties of exponents. So we need to know that a number to the 0th power is equal to 1, so that when we simplify our exponents, we're never left with a 0 in the denominator or the numerator. We can always simplify down to the value of 1. So for example, 7 to the 0th equals 1, 4 to the 0th equals 1, 342 to the 0th equals 1. Another thing we want to look at quickly is expanded form. So basically, expanded form is a summary of a number using the value 10 to different powers. So 8, being in my thousandths place, times 10 to the 3rd power would actually equal 8,000. When I add 3 times 10 to the 2nd power, that would be 300, plus 7 times 10 to the 1st power would be 70, and 4 times 10 to the 0th power would be 4.